I've honestly filmed this video over so many different times between like technical issues and just started editing it and hated how it was coming out. So here we are for like take 8, I don't know. So I wanted to share about free Teacherpreneur resources because a year ago, this has been on my mind for a year to make this video, but a year ago I did a review of Transform Your Resources, which was Casey Morris's course. It has since been renamed Make Your Mark. And one of the things that I said in the video was that for me, like in my personal Teacherpreneur journey, it was important that I made an investment to transition from a hobby to a business. However, I never wanted the message to be that you need to make an investment like in a course in order to become a true teacherpreneur or a true business person. It was just part of my journey. I also shared about all of the teacherpreneur courses that I took in one of my latest videos. P.S. I signed up for another one, if you could believe it. But I wanted to share like what is available as an option if you're just starting out and you're not ready to make an investment yet. So here I have 5 free Teacherpreneur resources. The first one might be kind of obvious, but it would be the Teachers Pay Teachers Seller Forum. And I'm gonna be very honest, I don't really use it all that much. It reminds me, I mean, it's a message board. Do you remember message boards? They were a hot mess. It was just, I don't know. I never liked them. And I kind of don't like the Teachers Pay Teachers Sellers Forum. I've definitely gotten answers to questions that I've had on there, but it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's too much and I feel like it's not organized like it is organized, but I still struggle to find what I need. And maybe it's just because I don't use it frequently enough. And if I did use it more frequently, I might feel differently, but it's there if you want it. I think if there were more people on there, like actually from Teachers Pay Teachers, like moderating it more closely, I think it would be a little bit different. But anyway, moving on to something that does work, and that would be podcasts. So I've talked about podcasts before. I actually made an entire video on them, but they are free and they're here for you as teacherpreneurs. And in my Teacherpreneur podcast video, I actually said, I think I found all of them. And I purposely said that in there because I knew once I said that, I would find more. So I purposely jinxed myself. So I wanted to recommend 2 more podcasts in this video. The first one is the Routine Your Dream podcast. This is by Chanel. She goes by the Pinspired Teacher on Instagram. And I love this podcast because she talks about how your routine can help you be successful. And we all know I love a good routine. I also just like how she talks about certain topics in business that we've heard about before if you listen to other podcasts. Like Jenna Kutcher or Amy Porterfield, but she makes it more relatable somehow. As far as I'm concerned, she has a gift. The other podcast is like new, like it was new around the time that I filmed that video, but it recently popped up in my iTunes suggestions, not iTunes, the podcast app, but it's called School of Sellers, and this is by Erin Waters. I listened to the first episode and I was like, ooh, this sounds like it's for me. It's, podcast episodes where she keeps it like short and to the point and gives actionable advice that you can take right away. And best of all, if you're looking for free resources, most episodes has a free resource attached to it based on what she was talking about for that episode. So that's called School of Sellers. I will have both of these podcasts linked in the description box. Do you think of blogs as being like the opposite of a podcast? Let's say this is at the opposite end of the spectrum. There are blogs out there, like teacher sellers have created blogs that talk about teacher seller stuff. So I don't know of any specifically, but I do know that if I've Googled questions to different questions that I had as a teacher seller, I've had blogs come up for the answers. So just Google, I guess. I don't know. I should have looked some up before sitting down to make this video, but I didn't. These last 2 are gonna overlap a bit. But what better resource than someone else that is living your dream? I'm talking about other teacherpreneurs. Here's the thing, if we're teacherpreneurs or teacher sellers, deep down we are teachers. What does every teacher say that their mission is? It's to help other people. So you're likely to find very easily someone who sells their resources and also wouldn't mind helping someone else do the same. This is me giving advice of something that I probably wouldn't actually do myself, and that's just because I'm kind of like on the shy side. Just reaching out to a stranger I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. But if you are comfortable reaching out to strangers, find someone that you admire and someone that, as far as you can tell, they embrace a community over competition mindset. Those are the teacher sellers that will help you. I just wanted to put that out there because it is a viable resource. But what I think is a little bit better is finding Facebook groups for teacher sellers. So the difference here between just reaching out to someone and joining a Facebook group is within that Facebook group, people are in the mindset of they are helping by answering questions. I love answering questions in the Facebook groups, it's fun. So this one actually overlaps with podcasts. There are quite a few teacher seller Facebook groups out there, but the ones that I'm in are the ones that are connected to the podcasts that I listen to. So CEO Teacher Podcast, Teacher Hustle Podcast, Grow with Angie and April, they have a group, and then Erin Waters from School of Sellers, she has a Facebook group, and these are all related to the podcast. And what you're getting when you join those Facebook groups is a community of like-minded teacher sellers. So if you're in there to ask questions, they are there and happy to help. And you can learn a lot from these groups, whether you're in there asking questions or just reading through threads of other people that asked questions and had their questions answered. It's always really good to get some ideas. I hope you found this list helpful. That's all that I have for today. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. And if you have any recommendations for future videos, drop those in the comments as well. And as always, thanks for watching.